It's all for you. Yeah, yo. There whenever it matters, and even more when you feel like it doesn't. Protect you so you never feel like you wasn't. Know I'm right alongside you. Either that or I'm behind you, but always got you. End of discussion, nothing means more. First one to offer is shoulders for what you reach for. Thought I saw the eyes of the world until I seen yours. And know that I ain't see a better view yet. I'm with whatever, so don't ever you fret. Know that you covered, not a hurdle or a heartbreak. A change what a partake, cause none of them won't ever get comfortable in your walkway. My job is to aware you, fully loaded, prepare you for all of the above that I'm never letting get near you. But still in all, give you every advantage I found. Couldn't find a better fit for them, along with my crown. And since the baton was passed, I've been down. Cause failing's not an option, and dad is not a noun, not at all.
Welcome to another episode of Dad is Not a Now. I hope everyone's doing well. I have a special guest with me today, man. I've been following this brother for a minute. I'm loving what he's doing with his two daughters on TikTok, Instagram. He's all over. GMA did showed him some love. He's just everywhere. I think I've seen him abroad too. I think somewhere in China had his video there.
I believe it was China. And Turkey actually had one up too, so like pretty cool seeing it like everywhere. Like to know your kids are everywhere, it's pretty cool.
And I'm just privileged and honored to have this brother on with me, man. This is dope. And then also, most importantly, I want to give him love for his service to the military. So I want to give him love on that too, because that's important too.
Thank you.
So my guest today, Ja'Rell. How you doing, Ja'Rell?
How
you doing, brother?
I'm good. You?
I'm good, man. How's the family? Just how's life? How's life in a nutshell, man?
Everything is really great. Like, and for it coming out of the pandemic and to really be able to say that, it's really good. It's really good.
So, and a quick question I want to learn, because I've asked this to a lot of dads. Where like a lot of people acting like the pandemic is never happened. Everybody's back to normal life, just doing their life and whatever. But what have you learned as a father, a husband, just as a man? What have you learned through the pandemic?
Patience. Being in a house, I'm the only man in my house. So I have 4 daughters, a wife, and a female dog. Okay. So it's like you learn patience. You learn to just listen more, and just know that the wife is always right. So you'll do fine if you follow those 3 things.
And I think that's important too. But what have you learned about yourself personally? I know you learned being patient, having like 4 women in one house, but what have you learned about yourself personally?
I learned that I am a very strong individual. Like to deal with, from this last year with me leaving to go to the military and then coming back and dealing with all the adversity that I had to go through, and I really learned I really am a strong person. I really did. And it takes a lot to break me. It really does. And that's what I was able to find out. Like, wow, like I'm really a really strong person in the inside and outside, but it's more mental with me. Like my mental is very strong, and that's key to definitely being in a household and raising 4 females and trying to get them to be the best that they can be at whatever they want to do.
And I see you do that with the videos too. I see you're passing that strength on to your 2 daughters. Talk about the first video you did.
Oh man, the first video was Dylan by herself, and I think she was like 6 months. And now to this day, I still don't understand. I still don't know how she got in the fridge. But I believe at that time, I thought Dakota was leaving it open, which was the older sister. At the time, Dakota was 3, so I thought Dakota might have been leaving it open. And I was always catching the last person in there. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I start installing. I got cameras like all throughout my house and in the fridge and in the kitchen, front room, and everything. And I start catching Dylan, and I have a ring alarm, so it was constantly saying like motion in the kitchen. I let my kids like roam around the house, have free range. I'm not the typical dad that just listen for noise and then just boom. Then no, I kind of just peek in and out to see what they're doing. Let them get their independence, because if I'm constantly hovering over them, then they're going to constantly feel like, okay, my dad always has my back with this, in which case I do, but I need them to understand hard life lessons when it comes to, if I fall, I got to make sure I get back up. Dad's going to be there if I can't get back up, but I'm instilling hard life lessons in my kids at an early age, because I don't want them to get out into the real world and be thinking, okay, this is going to happen, and then they're not expected for this to happen. So I prepared them for the worst and let them know the best is always to come, but you need to prepare yourself, because you guys are females, and it's very hard out there in the world for females. They don't get the what I want to say, they don't get treated the way they're supposed to. It's very hard for them. And I make that very known, especially raising 4 Black females, that I want them to know you're gonna struggle. You're gonna go through adversity. You're gonna go through hard times. But no matter what, you got to constantly keep pushing through. You got to, because nobody's gonna give you handouts. You got to work for everything, whether it's making your own business or working with somebody to do something. You got to go. You're gonna go through hard times. Nothing's handed to us. And I'm not going to give you guys anything, because I work for everything. So yes, I'm here to help and assist, but I want to see that you at least tried and you failed before I attempt to help you.
And I think that's
you tried and you succeeded before I attempt to help you.
No, I feel you. And I think that's important to install that into your daughters, because again, unfortunately, we live in a double standard society. You know what I mean? And so it's important that you set that bar at an early age, that example at an early age, even though she's going through the refrigerator, but as a part of you, you're smiling because you're like, that's my little independent baby right there.
Yes. And that was the thing. It's like, she's so independent. Like, it's like now that she's walking and she's all throughout the house, like, she don't want to be picked up. Like, if you try to hold her hand in the supermarket, she want to snatch away and run off. And I'm like, you're really a little human being. Like, you're really independent, like at a young age. And it's so crazy just watching my kids do the things that they do. It's so fascinating to me, because it's like, growing up, our parents enabled us from doing the things that we wanted to do. And me letting my kids be them leads to so much for them. So many doors are opening for them just from them, just being a kid. And it's crazy.
And what makes Dylan so awesome is that at an early age, she knows how to be a leader and like put out tasks to her big sister and the little dog.
I honestly, everybody always say that Dylan's the ringleader, and I honestly believe that. I believe Dylan's the ringleader, because I don't see Dakota do any of that fridge waiting stuff until Dylan's already in there. They're crazy. It's crazy, but it's so fun. It's so fun just having them in the household and just seeing them do the things that they do. And it's just like, I mean, we all know we did this stuff as kids. Like, we were in the powder and in the lotion and in paint, putting it everywhere, and markers on walls, but we didn't have cell phones to catch this stuff. So now, us as adults and me catching this stuff, it's like, I know I did this crap when I was a kid. I know I did. I know I did. You guys are getting this from somewhere, and it's probably my genes that you're getting it from. Because when I talk to my wife mom say, yeah, she didn't do none of that. So it's like, okay, they got it from me.
But also what I love is that you embrace them being creative. You enhance their creative side. Even though you're like, don't go in the refrigerator, she's still going to do it. Because in a way, it's an art.
Dylan don't listen. Dylan is her own person. I've tried countless times. Like, if you watch the videos, you see she ignores me. She ignores me. It's like, yeah, I know he's coming. Like, all right, fine, whatever.
I think she knows she's a celebrity. That's the reason why. She's like, all right, cool.
Dakota too. They both
Yeah.
know. Uh-huh. The dog is even a little bougie too, so it's okay.
But also talk about the importance. I love what you're doing too. Is you guys created this awesome experience of a father and his two daughters. But on the other side, what you're doing so phenomenal is you're teaching them how to brand. Like that's the one thing is you can go viral, but what do you do with it?
And a lot of people don't do anything with it.
There you
They
go.
just be like, oh, okay, my kid was here, my kid was there, that's it. No, my kids, from the time where the first person contacted me and said, hey, I want to feature your kid on our page. I think it was like the Shade Room, where Dakota was running by with the platter, and they were hiding under the bed with the dog. From that point on, I've branded my kids. I got a DBA for my kid's name. Like I made sure that nobody can mess with the Snack Bandits name. Nothing can happen. And my kids continue to prosper from that. And regardless if it was income coming in or publicity, you knew who my kids were. And Dakota definitely knows, okay, because I teach her. I sit her down and I talk to her like, okay, Dad has a business venture for you. And I talk to her like an adult because I want her to understand. I don't want to talk to her in kid voice, because to me, when you talk to a kid in kid voice, they get it, but it's not really resonating with them. I believe I don't want to belittle her. So I talk to her as if she's an adult and help her understand, Dad has a business venture for you, and you could potentially be on this show, or you can be on this show, or you can do this. So which one do you want to do? Eventually she chooses all of them, of course, but I give her the opportunity to know, okay, decision making. So it's also teaching her that. So I'm definitely hands-on with a lot of things that my kids do. My wife is too. My wife runs basically the back office part of everything. So emailing, promotion, everything like that, talking to people is me and Dakota and Dylan and everything like that. But she sets up all the interviews. She sets up all the promotion and everything like that. So it's definitely a team effort on every aspect of anything that we do with the Snack Bandits or Paint with Dakota. Like it's all hands on deck.
And what I love what you're doing is you creating this atmosphere of generational wealth, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
But talk about the importance of understanding your value in the marketplace. Now you have this brand, Snack Bandit. Dakota has her paint. So now people reaching out to her, reaching out to you. You're like, you know what? We know what our value is in the marketplace. So if you want to mess with us, this is what our value is. So talk about that, because everybody's coming after you left and right now.
They are, and it's kind of crazy because with Dakota, a lot of people are trying to book her, but they have to understand she's 4. She just turned 4, July 2nd. So, paint session by herself with just her runs her 4 or 5 hours. She's still a kid. She wants to take breaks. She wants to watch her tablet. She has a lot of patience and she can sit still for a very long time, but she's still a kid. And that's what a lot of people really don't understand is like, she's a kid. So booking her as opposed to right now, it's kind of hard. I can book her for an appearance, but doing a face, we'll be there for a very long time. Right. So I tell people like, right now I'm not booking her for anything where she's doing face paint. Right. She's still learning. She's still face painting on herself. My 2 older daughters, I have a 14-year-old and a 9-year-old. She paints on me, hence the fact that I had a full beard and I just had to cut it because she doesn't like putting the paint on my face and it's all scruffy. She absolutely hates it. So I have to shave for her when she wants to use me as a mannequin, basically. But I let people know, like, you have to understand she's 4. So her talent is a God-given talent. I tell people, I wish I could take some credit for it, but I can't. It's a young lady by the name of Made You Look. Her name is Alexis on basically Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I don't know if she has a Facebook and YouTube. She learned from her on watching YouTube and her TikTok.
Wow.
just watching. Like, and I was like, I was fascinated by what she was doing. So I was like, let's see. Let me set you up in the bathroom and put you in a mirror because I didn't have a vanity yet for her. So let me put you in a mirror, give you this big chair and see what you can do. And I'll just come back and check on you. And her first face painting was Heath Ledger's Joker. And that went crazy viral all on TikTok. I think it had like 500,000 views in like a matter of seconds. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. But let's continue. Let's just see if this is a one-off, or let's see if you're really good at this. Right. And her next person was, I think it was Pennywise. And I'm like,
yep,
you got it. You got something special in you. And a lot of parents is like, oh, you're marketing, you're marketing off your kid. No, I'm building my kid loves to do something, so I'm going to let her actions help her get her to the next level. People are constantly wanting to book Dakota. Okay, well, let Dakota get to a certain point.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Don't take no bookings. I told my wife, I said, I'm not taking no bookings. I'm not taking no bookings. I'm not doing nothing. I want Dakota to keep growing and keep growing, because then when she keeps growing, what's going to keep happening? Supply and demand. People are going to constantly want to speak to Dakota. If I'm not doing anything with anybody, everybody wants that exclusive.
Yep.
Everybody wants that exclusive. It's like a new car that get put out. They only put out 10 of those new cars. Yep. All the rich people are going to want those. They're going to be in a bidding war for it. So that's how I look at it. Like, I'm not looking at it as like, oh, I'm set. We're set money wise. I'm in the military. Like, we're good.
Right.
But I want to build something for her that she has, and it's her name on it only. My name's not on it. My wife's name's not on it. I mean, like, it's kind of on it, but nothing. We just handle all the legal stuff. But everything else is all paint with Dakotas, all Dakotas, everything. I was trying to build that wealth for her, that by the time she's 10, 11, 12, if she's still with this, she could be potentially doing celebrity makeup.
Yep.
She can be, working on any SFX, special effects, makeup or anything like that if she chooses to. Or if she chooses, this is it. I did it. I have fun and that's it. Okay, well, let's go. What else are you good at? Let's find it. Like, I'm all for helping my kids find their niche. My oldest daughter, she's 14. She can sing. I'm trying to get her to get into it. But she's so shy. So I'm like, you gotta come out of that. You love to sing. Let's see what you can do. Let's see. My 9-year-old, she likes soccer. She likes sports. She can run. She's fast.
Right.
Let's see what you can do. Dylan, for some reason, is apparently super strong.
I see that.
I don't know why, but she's super strong. Okay, let's see what you can do. You might be a female gold medalist or something in the Olympics. Throwing those big balls or something. Like, I don't know. But you know what? I'm gonna help you get there. I'm going to. I am that supportive dad that I never miss anything with my kids. I hate it. I hate missing anything. When I had to go away for basic training and AIT training, it killed me. When my wife sent me my first letter, and this is thing called Sandbox, and you can send pictures. I got my first letter from my wife, and it had my kid's photo in it. I cried because I was gone from my kids, and I was like, I miss my babies. Like, I'm not dad that's like super, super involved. I hate missing anything, whether it's signing them up for school or Dakota was learning the Michelin Next song, like, or the O'Reilly song for some reason. Like, I want to hear these things, and me not being able to hear it killed me. So now I'm just like, you know what? I'm super involved with everything, PTA meetings, everything. I'm super involved.
And I think that's important too, is being in the present of your child. I think that's important. And what I love is that what you're learning from the military and you're handing it down to your children is structure and discipline.
Yes.
And talk about that.
A lot of people don't understand it because they think that, military, most people have a one-track mind when it comes to the military. And that's based off of the old generation. You go to war. That's it. You come home, you're going to have PTSD. That's not the case in a lot of people's cases. Military helps you. It may break you down. Basic training is there to break you. It's there to break you. But it's there to also make you a better human being. And in that aspect, it taught me on how to be a better person, a better father, a better husband, and a all around more respectable. Because I lacked that, as they said, I lacked the judgment of myself that I always thought I was right about everything. And I felt like I couldn't be judged because as a father, you don't want your kids telling you, okay, you're wrong. And as a husband, you never want to hear, okay, you didn't do this right. So I had to take a step back into myself and judge myself like, you need to listen. And that's what the military is, because there, drill sergeant talk to you, you can't say nothing. You are forced to listen. And if you remotely open your mouth back to a drill sergeant, one, you can get a counseling, which is, paperwork on you that follows your whole career. And then two, they won't mess you up. They can mess the whole company up and then have you sitting there watching. So I never wanted to put my battle buddies in that kind of predicament where, it was because of me. So I always, when I got home, I just listened more. My wife was like, you're changed. It's like, because I listen and I pay attention. I'm more attention to detail, especially with my job training. A military police officer, you definitely have to be attention to detail, because one wrong thing could get you or somebody else, killed. So you got to pay attention. And I started coming home. My kids noticed it more, and I just became more in tune with everything that was going on around me in my household. So it made me a better dad, like by far, and a better husband.
And through this conversation, man, I can see it from this conversation, man. I appreciate you for coming on. Is there anything out there you want people to know what's going on in the future for yourself personally, as well as for your daughters?
Well, Dakota has her website that we just built. We ordered all her products. She has her own face painting company now, which is called Paint with Dakota. So if you go on there, www.paintwithdakota.com, you are able to order your makeup palettes, your face painting palettes, your singles, brushes, everything. Dylan has a couple of appearances coming on. She's actually going to be, which they told me I can actually start doing promotion for, which is weird because it's not on yet, but she's going to be on Cedric the Entertainer's show. I believe it's called The Greatest at Home Videos. Comes on CBS. So she's going to be on the second season of that. They have a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of stuff. Some stuff I can't talk about. They just did, Snack Bandits just did videos where we partnered with Oreo. So we had a partnership with Oreo. So that's pretty awesome. And they just got a lot of stuff coming up. So you guys got to stay tuned, because it's so much that it's mind boggling. And it's like, wow, like something so small blew up so big, and these kids are known around the world. Like it's crazy going to Walmart. It really is. Like, it's fun because, like, when you had the mask on, like in our state, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear the mask.
Right.
So when the mask came off and we went to Walmart, and like a group of kids came, like, you're Snack Bandits Dad. Like, I know Dakota. I know Dylan. Like, where's Bella? We went to Foot Locker. Dakota will let you know instantly, like, oh, I'm a Snack Bandit. And I do face paint and this, that, and to the third. Dakota will let you know instantly who she is. And she has no fear in it. So we went to Foot Locker, and the lady in there was like, wait a minute, what did she just say? And I was like, you heard her. She's like, I'm a Snack Bandit. And I'm like, she was like, I knew this little girl looked familiar. And I'm like, so it's crazy going anywhere, because they always get recognized. And I'm like, geez Louise, it's like, this is how famous people feel. Like, it's kind of weird, but it's like Dakota loves it. So she love it. I like it. I really don't. I'm a private person. So it's like, but having them and all the stuff that they like to do, it's going to constantly put them out there. So I had to basically change my whole mindset from being so private to just like sharing my kids. And I understand everybody's not going to like my kids. Everybody's not going to believe the things that they do, but I'm just going to support them regardless, because that's all I know how to do.
And you're doing a good job, man. And I've
Thank
been
you.
supporting what you're doing since the first video.
Yeah,
And
you've been rocking with us. You've been rocking with us, and I definitely appreciate it.
now I
Like
appreciate you, man.
anybody's posted, you like, hey man, you seen this? Like it's on this website. I'm like, no, I have not. I'm going over there right now because I need our tag on there. It's a lot of people that randomly just take our watermark off of there, off our videos and stuff. And you were constantly like, hey, did you see this video? It's on this page, and I'm like, no, thank you. Head over there right now. So I definitely appreciate you.
It's important when it comes to branding and marketing. That's one of the
Mm-hmm.
ones I get frustrated, and I understand everyone has their own thing, but to put your watermark on somebody's video that they created,
Mm-hmm.
to me personally, like that's an insult.
It is.
One thing, more than likely, you didn't ask them if they can use the video,
Mm-hmm.
and number two, did you get the okay to put your logo on there?
Right.
And if you didn't get the okay, why do you think it's okay to do that? And I've never been a big fan of that. I've never been. The only time I've done that before, if they allowed me to use the video and I added music to it.
Right.
Because I added music to the video, that's kind of a shared thing a little bit. Because they
Right.
gave me
Right.
okay.
They gave you the okay, so it's like, okay,
Right,
I
right,
can put a little twist on it.
right. And which I've done before. But other people, they'll just, it's not cool. It takes like 2 seconds just to inbox a person and say, "Hey, I saw your video. Can I repost it?" 9
Mm-hmm.
out of 10, they're gonna say yes, and they said, "Just tag me."
Just tag me. That's all. Just make sure I get my credit.
Right,
That's
because
all.
that and people don't understand that leads to the people who follow a certain platform. That leads them to your platform, to your daughter's platform.
Exactly.
But what you're doing is you're taking all those followers who love that video away from your content, and then also those could have been potential people that would have
Exactly. And I tell
bought
people that
items.
all the
Bought
time.
items.
Like, please just do not take my videos and then not credit us, because when you do, you don't know, a random person or a big person can be on there and they get shared, and then they're like, well, where did it come from? Where did the source come from? Oh, we can't find them.
Yeah.
It's just so simple. Just don't remove my watermarks. Just, like, don't remove my watermark, because if you can't find me on Instagram, which is pretty wild, I'm pretty sure you go to TikTok, I'm like the first person. If you type in snack, I'm right there. If you type in snack, I'm right there. I'm like the first person that pops up. So it's just like, just don't remove it, because it's an insult to the people who are taking the hard work to create this content for people just to enjoy. The little 60-second videos may take 2 to 3 hours, because it's been times I'm trying to catch Dylan and she might not want to go in the fridge right then and there. But it's like, okay, well, I'm going to set this camera up and I'm going to watch you when you go, which might take, 6-7 hours just to catch her.
Right.
But you guys only see 60 seconds of it. So it's like, you don't know the hard work that go behind it. Or, with Dakota and her face paint, like I said, it takes 4 to 5 hours, but I might put a video out that's only like 60 seconds. It took her, like she did the avatar, that took her like almost 8 hours to do.
Right.
And I only put it in for 60 seconds. So it's like the hard work that goes behind people's work. I definitely make sure any person that does anything with mentioning my girls or anything, if I put it up, I make sure their handle, their tag, whatever, I give them credit. Thank you. Because you guys don't have to do that. You don't. And it's super important that I tell Dakota that, like, look what this person did. They didn't have to do that. So when you get on, when I go live, I make sure I tell Dakota, like, she immediately comes right in. Hi everybody. Thank you. Like, because she knows people don't have to come on here. They don't have to show you love. They don't have to appreciate you, but they do. So she'll make them aware that you are aware, that you see, and you are appreciative of what's going on around you, because that is key. That is key. I teach my girls every single day, make sure you do right in this world. Make sure, because this world is cruel, and being a good person goes a very long way.
So true. And that's so true, man. And again, I thank you for your time. I thank you for just keep on being one of the social media Black fathers out there, just changing the narrative when it comes to Black fathers, man. So I
Yes.
want to just thank you for that, man. And anytime you want to come on, my platform is your platform, man.
Oh man, thank you. I'm definitely gonna make sure. Oh no. Did it
What?
die?
No, you good.
Can you still see me?
I can see you. Yeah.
Okay, I think the computer is actually about to die.
Okay.
I tried to charge it as much as I could, but I like walked away from the charger, and I think it's about to die because the screen just went completely black.
No, you're good. But yeah, before your computer die, we're out.